A quarter of New Jersey's seniors have trouble covering their basic expenses. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is Grace Egan, Executive Director of the New Jersey Foundation for Aging. Thanks for being with us. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
When we talk about 25% of our seniors, we're talking about friends and neighbors and relatives having trouble covering basic expenses. What does that mean in terms of the daily lives of people we know and love?
Well, it means they're making very difficult decisions, whether they're covering their food, their utilities, their housing expenses, whether or not they're getting their prescriptions. So it is a very significant issue.
And you recently conducted a study to find out about how seniors are living in New Jersey, and this was part of the result that 25% of those over 65 who live alone or are in an elder couple household are not able to cover these basic expenses, including housing. Housing was one of the biggest concerns.
Right. Housing is the biggest expense that most seniors have. About 47% of their basic expenses are housing expenses, whether they're utilities, rent, whether they're mortgage, taxes. So, you know, they're all in that cost center called housing for our report.
In addition to housing, and this is related to it, we forget that many seniors still may be paying a mortgage.
Absolutely. We project that 25% of New Jersey seniors are still paying a mortgage, and we're often asked why. Well, maybe they took out a second mortgage because they had to pay for a new furnace or roof, maybe to help someone go to college, or maybe they're just late buyers and they still have a mortgage.
In addition to that, we live in an expensive state. Things are expensive to purchase here, whether it is personal items, whether it's food, whether it's clothing.
True.
Seniors have costs just like the rest of us.
Oh, absolutely, and they don't necessarily have the ability to see their income grow. So I think that's the important thing. We saw in the study that the increased rise in renters as well as homeowners' expenses went from 6% to 11%. But these seniors didn't see a same rise in their income. And even if they got a COLA through their Social Security, it was zapped by the rise in their Medicare premiums. I mean, people do pay for their Medicare coverage. It's not free.
So if that's the situation that seniors are in right now, what can be done from a public policy perspective,
Sure.
other perspectives, to potentially narrow this gap between income, wages, and these costs?
Well, one of the things we did, and this is the second study we've done on this in 2009, we really recognized the expense and thought that if we could connect more seniors with nutrition programs, whether it was food stamps or home-delivered meal or congregate meal sites, or even the farmers market coupon, that we could increase their asset base by $600, which they could then use for their housing expenses. So that's one way, but it's not the biggest one. The biggest jump for seniors is really in trying to connect them with affordable housing. And affordable housing is very limited in New Jersey for any age group. And so we really feel from a public policy perspective that we should want to know how we're going to take care of aging boomers, how we're going to take care of our great aunt, how we're going to take care of our mother, how are we going to allow these individuals who we care so much about to stay in the communities where they've raised their children, where they have connections with their community services, and there just are limited spots. So we think public policy really needs to address affordable housing.
And we just have a few seconds left, but you as an organization are working to get the word out about this and are asking seniors to really be that voice.
Oh, exactly. I mean, seniors can best represent their story, but at the same time, we have an affordable housing network that people have been trying to work with for years. So we just want to infuse the senior voice into that.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
We've been talking with Grace Egan. I'm Jill Horner.